Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Gladiator Manager. It's the 20th and final episode of the series. Last time out, we made halfway through the entire third season. We're going to do the entire second half of the season within this episode. Now, our first match is against Argentoratum, the second place squad. But that's really not very concerning because realistically, there's not much in it from second all the way down to ninth place. It's quite close, really, throughout. I mean, second through sixth all have 10 wins, and then it's 8, 7, and 7 for the next three teams. That's really not that far behind. So it's a very, very close, very balanced league. Any given day, we could pull a win or a loss, especially using the quick sim tactic that we're doing for this season. And been a little impressed by that tactic so far this season because I really thought we were going to see more needless suffering, and we have seen some. We've seen some injuries because we had seen that the few times we had used the quick sim before, but it's not as frequent, not as bad as I thought, and we are generally getting the results we need or want. You can see though, two really good ones right here. Weird update. I'm missing the 3 versus 3. It's nice to know that information. It looks like it's 3 because it says so down here, but the available fighters being posted there instead. I'm not sure I'm a fan of that. So they certainly have two really quality fighters, and you could see a handful that they could pull to get a okay third fighter. Alright, we have a rogue. Oh, they did not take their best fighters to this one. That's the good one, though. Alice. It's a Rotarius. We want a rogue on him. We don't have a rogue. Let's see. We have the leader. We don't want them matched up. We want the leader maybe out there on their rogue. Defender. Yeah, that's fine. Just like that, I guess. For placement. Get that first move in, and then we'll get our quick sim out of the way. Get a little mixed bag with Elia to start. Scratch for Jesse to start. Alright, quick sim. This could go either way. It does go our way. We win 3-1, but we do have a yield for Jesse. And Elia is injured despite not getting knocked out of the match. New recruits also available. That's the funnest part. And we have, 11 vacancies? I'm not taking chances on any of these. They've got to actually be ready to contribute. That's not good enough. 5 stars, but it looks like he's not actually 5 stars. That's potential, and I don't think he's there right now. Okay, option, maybe. It's only 150 to find out where they're at. Nope, 2 stars only. We're not going to sit on that for the season. 1.5, 1.5, 4 stars. There's another 1. That's gonna cost a lot. 35. No thanks. We'll pass. So no new recruits this time. Into the next battle. 4v4. What do they have for choices? That one's okay. That one's definitely okay. Very tough. Pretty strong. Agile. Brody's not going to be an easy one to take out. But they don't have a lot of depth. They have one good fighter, and then they do have 2 or 3 okay fighters, but none of them are necessarily good fighters. So we do have an option here, but Jesse is out. And where do we want to go? Hamza? Okay, the mood. Wow, the mood changed drastically for everyone. Veteran Corrado. Corrado might be a good choice. Let's get Corrado out there. We have Eddie. Adnamasha. And one more. I don't want to go too weak on this. Flory could be an option. I want to get rid of Primus, but at 2 stars, I'm afraid of selecting Primus at all, even though it's only 4 fights left. You know what? No, that's too much of a risk. Too much of a risk. Here's a okay fighter. Althea. Bring in Althea. Alright, what do they have? Okay, there's the good one. Boy, that looked better. I don't remember seeing them. And then, okay, so they did come to this fight with the best they could manage. We don't have our barbarian. Okay, we do have a defender, don't we? No, we don't. We've got 2 gladiators and 2 leaders. Do they have any leaders? No, they have defender. They do have 1, so we can get a leader on a defender. Ooh, hello. We are in disarray. Okay, I guess we're going to just go straight into the quick sim. They came with the leadership advantage. We'll see if that hurts us. We are matched up 1v1 there, but... or 1v2 there and 2v1 here. Let's see how this goes. I'm nervous. Yeah, I'm nervous about not coming into it with the advantage, with the positioning, and we do, in fact, lose this one. 4-3. Ouch, because that's 4 top fighters, and really on paper we should have won that. So we do come out on the losing side. Amraphel is the one who came out too. It wasn't Birdie. It was Amraphel, who I didn't see in their list of available fighters at all. So very surprising about that. Amraphel. Corrado yields. Animatia yields. And then unconscious for Eddie and Althea. That's going to hurt us a little bit. A lot of experience for Animatia, though. So it looks like she might have been the last one in the fight. And we outscored them in almost every way. We had better average than they had. Surprisingly, came out with a loss. Corrado ready to level up. And all of a sudden, wow, look at that. For the first time, we have no fighters. Never seen that. And that absolutely comes down to what we have here at Tangle. Just tangle up the opponent's legs. Attacker will test his weapon skill against defender's agility. Successful attack will cause the defender to fall and suffer damage. Fallen fighter cannot. Okay, well, let's see. Against your agility, right? Weapon skill is high. Agility is low for Corrado. Which one is which? Attacker's weapon skill, which is high. So yes, that's a good thing to pick up for Corrado. Okay, he's going to be out for a while. We need to check on our roster and see when we're going to get people back. It's going to be a while for Animatia. Elia, don't even know when she's going to be back. She's had so many injuries over the course of 3 seasons. Althea is not going to be back for a while. Eddie will be back quickly, 9 days. Millie does not look like a 1-star when we go to select her. Maybe it's just the discipline's low. I have to start picking Millie here. Jesse will be back in a few weeks. Florrie's unhurt but weak. Anya, we haven't even picked Anya yet. She has no strength. She might have been in one fight. Yes, she has been in one. Oh, here's the other Millie. Okay. I'm just confused by the fact that we have 2 Millies. Maybe we need to let this Millie go. I can do that, can't I? Oh, no. Not unless they're injured. That's right. Primus. It's another one. One of these days we might have to just put those 2 out there and take the loss. Okay, John is available. Hamza hasn't been in a fight yet. No, they have. They've been in 3. Where have I been? Next is the cup match against the Division 1 side. Capua, it's a 1v1. There's no way we're beating them, so let's go ahead and take our weakest. Primus. Die or be badly wounded, please. Yeah, we weren't beating that with any of our fighters. And he yielded. Stab wound to the thigh. I'm guessing that's not bad enough to get him knocked out, but we are out of the cup. Can we get rid of Corrado? Ooh, 77 days. Oh, no, not Corrado. Oh my goodness. 56 days. Primus. Okay, some recovery time is good. Eddie's back. And we're up against the weakest side. 1v1. What do they have? Do they even have one to select? There's their best. Mel Montgomery. That's not going to be that hard to beat. Let's see, what can we do? Do we just go for the sure win? Get Eddie out there. Citizen. It's not going to hurt Eddie. Let's do that. Make sure we're taking the victory. There's their Mel. We definitely have an advantage. Alright, new recruits available. Let's start with that, and then we'll take a look as we go up against the new second place side. Oliver, long-term project. San Polo. Holy cow, that's expensive. Sam Maximo. No, too expensive. No, thank you. Okay. 1 star, slave, 2,000. That's not expensive. That's not bad. But what do we have here? And what do we get out of it? And we're kind of, well, it's a slave. We could release them, but at 33, you figure he's going to be as developed as he's going to be. We'll come back to Bogdan, maybe. There's a full 1 star and much more affordable, but at 38. But I'm not worried about the age as much anymore since we are wrapping things up this season. So maybe we do go with that option. Cassius, yes, you're relatively affordable and save us room for something else at some time. So we will send Cassius. Okay. And in the league, our lead not as secure. It's down to 6 points. This second place squad is the one who has closed it down. Everybody else is drifted a little bit further back of where this team is, 4 points off their pace anyway, and then still a very, very tight contest down to 8th. And even Florentia isn't that far back at 17 points. We're still in the driver's seat, and we have recovered a few of those fighters, so we'll see. 2v2. No problem there. We've got 3 okay fighters to choose from. Holy cow, that is 1 week left. Veteran with a single week left on the contract is insanely good. 19-5. You can guarantee they'll be selected. That is going to be an incredibly difficult win. If I were managing it, I know we could do it because we could play defensive, try to survive, knock out the other fighter, who I know will be stronger than, and then use the 2v1 to beat back Saris. Chances are that's not going to happen. They'll play him straight, lose, and then it's 2v1 or 1v1 the other way, and ultimately resulting in a loss. Do we want to concede this one? Or go for it? Go big or go home, right? This could hurt us. There's Cassius and Eddie into the ring. We still have a chance here. There is Saris. 100 stamina. 1 skill, 9 toughness. That could and should be a definite win. They have a leader. We do have a gladiator. Oh, we're in disarray, so never mind. That's why they've matched up the way they've matched up, and here we go. Got the win. Okay, they did get the win. Like I said, knowing that matchup, I could see how you could win that. Absolutely see how you could win that, but I could also see how that could have been a loss, but they come out with the result. Okay, we got leader, killer, press, or Rotarius killer. Go ahead and push that advantage a little more on the leader. Week 33 now. Brixia is up next. Mid-table. They were second for a while. Things are so close, so tight that it's all over the place. 3v3, and they aren't missing too... Oh, gosh, they have a lot of fighters. Okay, no threats so far. There's an okay... Really just one okay fighter. That's an easy victory. But we've got to take it seriously with the quick sim. Millie... Jessie, get Jessie back in the ring. She's a good choice. Hamza. Let's get Anya, lacking strength, but a good fighter otherwise. And then we'll get Cassius. Oh, it's 3v3. Again, disarray. What is going on with us? Quicksam. 3-0 though. It's good. Nobody's hurt. They all yielded. Got the victory. Okay, result of age. A lot of those. There is some training ones mixed in though, so it's not all bad. Who's up next? Garunda down in 9th. Garunda and Florentina now starting to slip behind a little bit, but even at 20 points, they're still only 11 off of second place. And that's how tight this division is. 23 matches out of, what is that? Out of 36, 13 to go. 4v4. They do not have very many available fighters, even though there are some really good ones on their roster. But once you kind of go down that path and start losing, it's tough to go. Citizen with only 5 fights left, so they are 5 weeks left. That means they've been around for almost a whole year, has never been in a fight. Don't look half bad at all. Very surprising by that one. They do have a couple choices still for this 4v4. Really, 3 choices still. I could see them pulling. This is amazing how many good fighters they have and are somehow only in 9th place. That's not going to be an easy one. We need to bring our best 4 that we can right now. So Cassius and Eddie are 2 easy choices on that. Animation not available. Elia is available, so there you go. There's 3 top choices, and now we have, do we want Anya or... Alright, we finally have the advantage. It's the first time in a while. We have leader, there's no defender, you're not matched up with a gladiator, you're okay, Rotarius. They have no gladiators. Are you matched up with a rogue, though? No. Defender, as long as you're not matched up with a leader. And I never see barbarians. I don't quite understand why that is. Gladiator. Don't want to match up with a Rotarius, so let's go ahead and shift here. Shift there. Woo! Woo! 2 down on the first move. Ooh, ouch. Elia, big one. Dang, look at all that. I mean, that's armor damage, but still. Okay, quick sim from here should be a comfortable victory, right? 4-0, it is. Cassius and Eddie both ready to level up. Handle that quickly. 1 star. And you already have a few skills. And you aren't taking losses. That's nice. Defender killer. Sun in their eyes. Formation to put the sun in the enemy's eyes. 40% chance of blinding each enemy. The enemy will stay blinded until they can pass a recovery check. Blinded fighter suffers severe penalties to attack and defense. Yeah, that sounds wonderful. Take it. Cassius. Okay, continue that leader killer advantage. A lot of fighters died, but none in our fight. We've got Garunda up next. Got a couple weeks off till that happens. Cup matches going on. New recruits. Hooray, hooray. What do we have? Mick. Looks pretty dang solid, but we have no idea how good they actually are. 4.5 stars. 1,500 base cost. Patty, no thank you. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, we could almost afford them. Herv. Augustine is good and no cost. And not that good. 3.5. But not that bad. Okay, that's a little more affordable, but it's also only 4.5. High potential. Looking quite good. And quite affordable. It is 40 years old, though. And recovery is terrible. Ooh, 2 stars, but not there right now. That would be a long-term kind of grab. And nothing doing there. So we are looking at... Where was it? Penny? No. Herv. We would need to free up a little bit for salary budget, and that would take most of our fee budget. And they're already 43. We'll have to hold off. That's too much money. Meanwhile, in the league, we now have 20 wins, 7-point advantage. Animation improving discipline. Is she back from her injury yet? We're up against third place side in a 1v1, and they have almost everybody available. But I'm not actually seeing a standout fighter. There's some 80s, but they're not tough. They don't have good initiative. They're not that brave. I think you can beat what's there. Got to bring our best to the table to make sure that happens, though. So are we looking at like Cassius or Eddie? Animation is back available. Still lacking skill, though. I think Eddie might be the go-to. Eddie is, head-to-head. Eddie's better in every way than Cassius. So there you go. Eddie to the fight. Clear advantage. Got the win. And we continue on. Week 38, we move along to V2 for this. And they have some okay choices, but none of them are great. This one's pretty good. Lacks weapon skill. And we'll get Eddie. And then, do we want animation beside you? Sure. Okay, Gladiator. There's no Rotarius, there's no leader. We have a leader and there is a defender. So we'll line you up that way. Confirm placement, confirm orders. Get that first move in. Okay. Armor damage, 3 ways on that. Animation, the only one coming out clean, and now we can quick sim. And it's 2-0. Unhurt, both good. Florentia, who's now in 7th, is the next match. We'll keep moving on for now. 3v3. There's a good choice right there. Amazing that the 7th place side has almost nobody wounded. They do have a few selections. They have options. They absolutely have options. So, again, kind of left with, we got to go for the best we can manage. Animation now into some 80s. Starting to look really good. Even the skill is up to a 40, so good selection. And Cassius, okay. 2 gladiators and a leader for us. They have a defender. Good. And the 2 gladiators, one has an advantage over the leader, so also good. And one is level, so we do have a bit of an advantage for this. Okay. Armor damage, little scratch. Everybody's engaged. Quick sim. 3-0. 2 of them are blinded. Oh my goodness. The blinding move worked. New recruits. Dang, we've gone fast. Initiative +3, speed +1. Second place side again. We're already back to that point here within the season. And let's take a look at the new recruits. I do want to get some people signed. Ooh, hello. Sentence 5 fights. That's a good choice. Catherine, 4.5 stars and high potential. We're gonna take our chances on this one. Yeah, 1.5 stars. Okay. Nice pickup, and not very expensive comparatively, and just 30, so not going to deteriorate rapidly because of age. So we do pick up a few more, and that is filling out our roster there just a bit. I mean, we have, let's see, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 fighters now as we go to wrap up this final season. Into the 40th week, we are 23-4, just 1 loss so far here in the second half of the season, but it's still only a 7-point advantage. Argentoratum. They've had 8 kills, so even though we have a massive advantage in the wins department, their 8 kills versus our 1 has closed that gap literally in half. of what it would have been. And the gap among the squads are getting a little bigger. Right now there's 18 points separating them. And they've pulled away from everybody else. I mean, we're still looking at 11 points from 3rd to 9th. Still a tight contest there, stretching out a little bit. But it's still pretty close to where it was at that midpoint of the season. But with all those kills, right, they still only have 16 wins. That's still equal on 2nd place. Well, 3rd place, technically. But that extra 7 points for the kills, making a big difference to us and to everybody else in the standings comparatively. Last dozen weeks to go. Who are we up against? Them. Big match. Big match. And it's a 4v4. Maybe this needs to be... No. I promise I'm not going to participate in the fights. I want to. I really want to. But they've got good fighters. They've absolutely got good fighters. But we've got to go for this. Otherwise, they're going to close that gap down significantly. Or do we give this away and save our fighters for another day? They only have a single wounded fighter. Do we potentially lose our weakest 4 and concede the defeat, which could then turn into a kill or 2 as well, and give them additional points and have our gap shrink? Ooh. It's risky to go for our best fighters against a team that is just dominating right now. And they've got 99s and 90s up and down this roster. You know, they don't look that great, though. They don't look that tough. Alice has 29 strength, 17 discipline, 33 skill. They're good, but they've taken losses. This one, 9 and 6, and they're not good. They're terrible. And they only have 1 fight left anyway. None of them look that amazing. Pick our best 4. Come on. Trust the process. It's a risky move, but we're going to trust. Okay. Cassius, and we want Elia. Yes, there you go. 4 strong fighters. This would just about seal the league if we can get the win here. Enemy in disarray, that gives us a chance here. Any barbarians? No. Do they have defenders? No. They have a leader though, so we do have a gladiator matched up there. I think that's good, right? Gladiator and rogue. Okay, we're good. Leader and Rotarius. Good. Defender and gladiator. We're good. Gladiator and leader. There's our only advantage, but we've set that up. They could have had multiple advantages. Ooh, hello. Good start there. Uh-oh, somebody's out. Somebody is out. Is it Cassius? Cassius has yielded. You gotta be kidding me. 80 to the left arm and you yield on the first move? What's your problem? Uh-oh. Uh-oh is right. And we do go down. No dead. Everybody survived. But you gotta be kidding me. First move. Punching bag. Expert. Okay. Animation ready to level up. Yeah, that was not good. That was not good. Dang, look at that. Oh, she is in a bad way right now. Okay, leader killer. Disarm. Passive skill. Oh, I like that. I like passive skills. Three stars now, but she's going to be out for the rest of the season, it looks like. One v1, 5th place side. Depending on what's available to us. Not too worried about these guys. Elia, Cassius, and Animation, the only ones unavailable. Eddie's still good to go, so we'll use Eddie. Leader, Rotarius, so we get the win. Okay, I'm still a little nervous because we absolutely have Animations available again. Good. And Elia. 10th place side. I'm a little nervous, but I still feel fairly confident that we're going to come away with the division title. Okay, that looks like a comfortable win waiting to happen. New recruits, 44th week. Check in on the league real quick. 25-5, 6 matches to go. We're back up to 7 points ahead, so they took a loss in there over those last 2. It was not in this one, it was the 1v1 that they lost. New recruits. Okay, not as many choices now that we are kind of filling this roster out. There's an easy one. 1.5 star. Can't afford. Don't want. Future project. And that's it. So we added one more. And we're filling out a good team. I don't mind filling it out, especially as we're going forward. There would be ones that I want to get rid of now and start focusing on that, but we'd focus on that while controlling matches. Using that quick sim, it's dangerous when you pick them at all. 3v3 here with the 3rd place side. And they don't look too dangerous, actually. They look pretty easy to handle right now. I'm not even sure where their wins are coming from. They've lost whatever fighters were bagging most of their wins, because there's no way this squad, based on their win-loss record, has either quality or the wins that would keep them in 3rd place. So 3v3, let's get very much approaching the end of the season. Brixia, who have slipped all the way to 9th. Gosh, they were in 2nd at one point. 4v4, the mighty have fallen. And they have nothing left for nothing left for choices. So we can really focus on getting rid of somebody or focus on their mood. Corrado is still low, so we can bring them in. Catherine, let's get you in your first fight. Augustine. Even if she's not available the rest of the way, there's no way we want to lose her. Cost going up. Ooh, we don't have the budget. Okay, week 47, 1v1. Aventina, her 3rd fight. I don't even know what they have. They've got a couple good ones, but she should be winning this. She doesn't. They're injured, but she lost. Well, well, well. New recruits available. Aventina is ready to level up, even though she lost that one. Animatia has recovered. After that loss, down to a 6-point gap. Looks like they took a loss, but they got a kill. So they picked up 1 point. So even though we lost ours and they lost theirs, they get 1 point closer. Advantage 6 late in the season. We've nearly done enough to win the league, but not quite yet. Not quite. Okay, they've got some choices. They've definitely got some choices in there. Aventina is not available. So we're back down to the Eddie and Cassius show. We're in disarray, so it is what it is. We get the win. 2-1 though. Cassius injured. fee is small. Salary even smaller than what she had. Nice. Elia's been fantastic for us. Still just 23. Has been in 49 matches. She's about to hit her 50th. Need to make sure she gets that before the end of the season here. We're also approaching the end of the season. 8th place side. Not many fighters available for them. 3v3. Let's get Elia into this one. Okay. 2 pretty weak ones. 1 okay fighter. Got a Gladiator. We've got a Rotarius. So good. We've got a Rotarius. We have no Rogue. They got a Barbarian. We have no Defender. And we lost? Really? We had a massive advantage in that fight. There you go. There's the quick sim really letting you down. That should have been a very comfortable victory. They had 2 terrible fighters and 1 very mediocre fighter. All 3 of ours were significantly better. And they lost. And they lost 3-1. And they're unconscious and injured and somehow still won. And we all yielded. Didn't even take any injuries. Damage dealt, though. Very much favoring them. So, don't know how we managed to get our butts handed to us. But we most certainly did. That was not a good performance at all. And that, here at the end of the season, could make things very, very interesting. Down to a 2-point lead. 2-point lead. Even though we have 6 victories. They have 11 kills now. 11! We haven't seen 10 in a season. Period. Last season, we absolutely dominated our opponents all season long, and we ended up with 7 or 8 at the end of the season. They have 11 kills. We're 6 wins ahead of them. We have a significantly better record. They are 64-48 in individual fights. We're 78-24. Massively, massively ahead of them. But in those 64, they've managed to kill 11 of those opponents. And are now just 2 points behind us. We've got to win out, and that might not be enough. They lack choices for this 4v4. But that last one, there was no reason at all for the AI to lose that fight whatsoever. I mean, they were significantly stronger. That's the most disadvantaged, lopsided upset that I've seen in this game. Cassius, Eddie, Adnamacia all out. We suddenly lack choices. Elia's back. We do have John available. We're digging deep here. Fighters that have not fought in quite some time. We already have Elia selected. Where to go for this 4th fighter is very worrying right now. I guess we're going to have to go with Millie. We're in trouble here to end the season. And we're in disarray, so there you go. 4-0 with the win, though. Okay. Okay. And checking in a little bit closer. There's another dead fighter, so they get the win. And even though it was only 4-2, they still killed somebody. And now they're only going to be 1 point behind us. We win, and they close the gap. We win comfortably. 4-0. They win in a close match. And yet they're closer to us than we were. This might not turn out to be a victory. For the division, that is. I have Storm passive skill. I love the passive skills. Whew. Okay. Okay. We have Florentia next. 1 point. They have the exact same record as Comum, but they're 10 points clear of Comum. Wow. Wow. This is just unbelievable what they are continuing to do again and again. Okay. Okay. No fixture this week. Into the playoffs. Oh, that was it. That was it. That was 36. That was 36. Oh my goodness. I didn't realize that was 36. Okay. We have survived by a single point, even though win-loss record, we absolutely crushed it and should have won the league comfortably with an insane kill rate. A team that really didn't have that great of a win-loss record ended up coming within a single point. We have survived. We have survived. Okay, well, let's get through. They get the win here in the semifinals of the playoff. I'm just relieved. I mean, we only took 3 losses in the second half. We had 4 losses in the first half, so we had a better win-loss record, but we didn't manage any kills at all in the second half. And then they had like 10 kills in the second half or 9 kills in the second half. That was just insane. All right, here we go. And they're not even going to get promoted. They didn't have that great of a win-loss record. They just managed to just kill opponent after opponent. Here, they come out on the losing end. Lugdunum with the win is going to get promoted. And we're into Division 2. So there you go. There you have it. Year 4 now ahead of us. That was pretty crazy. Aventina is back, so that would be helpful long term, but that is going to do it. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button. I'll see you next time. Be sure to check out my other series. That does it for Gladiator Manager, though. We got through 3 seasons. It is a fun game. I absolutely recommend it. Replayability is going to vary on how much you get into it, but for the price, absolutely cannot go wrong with this title for at least a short term, if not long term, adventure into managing gladiators. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.